Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Ma, which is the latest of Blumhouse's horror films to come out. And honestly, at this point, Blumhouse has become, if they have a movie coming out, I want to see it. And they're one of the go-tos for horror at this point. And theirs is more of like an old school pulpy kind of horror film, more like 80s horror, where like A24 is like really, really creepy, unnerving, artful horror like The Witch and It Comes at Night, where Blumhouse, they're throwing films like Ma at you. And I saw the trailers for this and I'm like, you know what, I thought Happy Death Day was going to be trash when I saw the trailers for that, and really, really enjoyed that movie a lot. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go into this with an open mind, and you know what, Octavia Spencer really steals this movie. She's great, she's a fantastic actress. She's Academy Award nominated like 4 times at this point. She's a fantastic actress. And she makes this film work when she's on screen. She's great. And there's a lot more to her character than the trailers lead on, which I really appreciated. She's by far the most interesting person in this film, and also really one of the most sympathetic. Because then you also have Diana Silver's Maggie, who's the main character. She's a pretty innocent girl that really doesn't do any wrong. She's a good girl. And weird shit's happening and you feel bad for her. But honestly, a lot of the other characters are really like one-dimensional, like obnoxious stereotypes of teenagers. And characters you would see in a teenager movie. Like the really slutty girl. Or the really, really super nice guy that's like way too nice, because it's like you don't even seem like a real person at this point. And of course the one black kid that keeps making things like, hey, I'm the only black person in the room, and there's a really awkward joke related to that at some point in this movie in his interactions with Ma, which is strange. But there's a lot more to this film than the trailers lead on, which is a good thing, because there's a lot more to this film than that like really straightforward where she just seems like she's some crazy psycho. And the thing is, the characters really aren't super interesting besides her, and also the dialogue's really bad. There's legitimately points in this movie where I cringed in the theater because I'm like, that sounded so awkward and weird. Like, more than like how teenagers actually talk. It was just felt so odd and out of place. And it really takes a little bit for this film to kick into gear and really put the thrills that this trailer really promises. It's a slow burning up to that point, but when it really hits, there's some creepy, unnerving parts in this film, and they really worked. And there's a couple points where I thought Tate Taylor, the director, did some really interesting choices in terms of setting up some scares. And besides that, it's an alright film. I enjoyed it enough. I wouldn't go saying, hey, this is a great horror film, you should totally go check this out. But if you really like horror films, go check this out. And honestly, you probably did, because this film made $18 million this weekend, and it'll probably drop like 70% next weekend. But the horror fans went out and spoke and went to go see this, and I thought it was an alright time. I had some fun. I cringed a little bit from both it being creepy and also some of the dialogue being really bad, but it's a fun time. It's fun enough. And those are my thoughts. If this is your kind of film, go see it. You'll really enjoy it. If like horror films are not your thing, there's not really much to this film that's really going to add enough to get you probably interested in this film. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. And thank you as always for supporting your Wasteland reviewer.